Hi guys. So today we are going to discuss about Aadujeevitham,
The Goat Life.
the goat life. So
In detailed, full review slash detailed discussion, just like we did with Manjumal Boys. Thank you guys for liking
yeah,
our Manjumal Boys reaction. It was a very long reaction, yet all of you guys have watched it and supported us. So we thought, so recently we watched, three Malayalam films in one day,
yeah.
starting from,
Aadujeevitham.
no, starting from Avesham. Avesham,
Starting from in that
starting
way.
from Avesham.
Starting from Avesham, Varshanglu Sesham,
Yeah.
and Aadujeevitham.
Yeah, so lot of you guys have commented that we have watched the movies in wrong
Wrong
order.
order.
It should have been in the other way around, starting from Aadujeevitham, I can't,
Varshanglu Sesham.
Varshanglu Shesham, and lastly Avesham. But since we can't decide the show timing set by PVR, so we had to follow that. But the detailed review slash discussion that we'll do in that order that you guys have recommended.
Yeah. So let's dive into
Yeah,
Aadujeevitham.
so before we begin, we'll try to avoid spoilers, but I think we'll be spoiling the movie a little bit because since it's going to be a long, detailed
Yeah.
discussion. So if you haven't watched Adu Jeevitam The Goat Life yet, I would suggest ki you save our video in your watch later playlist and you watch the video first, then come back later. But before we spoil, we'll say spoiler alert. So after that, feel free to not watch it or come back to it later. So you have been warned. Don't comment down below that we have spoiled the movie. We are saying it from the beginning. So first things first, before we begin, I think we need to set one context, which is that the film Aadujeevitham The Goat Life, it took 16 years to make. 16 years. Blessy, the director, a legendary director, he spent 16 years of his life to make this movie. And I heard that in between he did not do any other project.
Yeah, he didn't take any other project.
Yeah,
And
fully dedicated.
yeah,
He bought the rights of the, so it's, this movie is based on a novel of
novel.
the same name. He bought the rights in 2008, but because of financial reasons and financial constraints, he was not able to make this movie. Even though he had signed Prithviraj back in 2008 itself, but they were unable to make this movie. And recently we watched a video also how the whole team, the cast and crew of Adu Jeevitam got stuck in Jordan for during Corona.
And
So
on that note, hats off to Prithviraj, who an actor who waited so long for a
yeah,
character. And I think for any actor, it's like their bread and butter. You have to wait, like you have to stay with that character for such a long time. So
true.
even in that case, in this movie, he had to go through the physical journey
Physical
also.
transformation. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
transformation. We'll discuss that later. And conversely, we see someone like Akshay Kumar who keeps giving us bad movies after bad movies recently that we've seen with Bade Miyan Chote Miyan. So kudos to actors like Prithviraj who goes deep into their craft and delivers gold each time. It's like Joaquin Phoenix or Kristen Bale in the Hollywood if we had to draw parallels. There are certain actors who don't go deep into their craft, and there are actors like Joaquin Phoenix or Prithviraj in this case, who's dedicated so much into this movie, and it shows. It really shows. I truly, truly believe this was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I should say one of the best or rather the best performance like he picked in this movie, and we could understand why this movie were like it took 16 years to make, and Prithviraj left no stones unturned. To he gave his best, both literally, metaphorically, physically, and emotionally because of an actor because he's one of the A-listers of Malayalam cinema and he also does Telugu cinema also, right?
Yeah, he does Telugu,
Multi
Hindi.
Hindi also, yeah, in Bade Miyan Chote Miyan also he was
Yeah.
there.
Even
So,
Tamil also he
yeah,
did.
Tamil. So he does multilingual films. So my point is, and any actor of his stature to give 16 years into this is not a joke. Because for an actor, every movie, every year, every month, every shot counts. So kudos to him, kudos to Prithviraj, kudos to Blessy and the entire team of Adu Jeevitam. So
Even kudos to the unsung heroes of this movie, like
yeah, the crew.
even the crew, like they were on it, like even while lockdown people even there is a behind the scene
Yeah, Corona wala video.
corona wala
Which
video,
we watched.
which we did we react on that?
No, we did not react on that, but we watched
We
it.
watched that.
We liked
So
that.
there we can see corona COVID time was very hard
Hard.
time for each one of us. So in that time you have to hold back with the team that, oh, it's my work, but
Yeah,
your family is in India, so it was very tough.
yeah.
And they were shooting that time.
I think in Jordan, they were
Yeah,
stuck in
yeah.
Jordan. So yeah, I think with that, let's begin our discussion. So what happens is usually starting from Manjumal Boys,
Yeah.
we have started a tradition now that we are making videos for Filmosophy. So whenever we watch a movie, we add some pointers in our phone. So whenever we watch something, any scene we liked, any transition, acting, whatever cinematography, direction, we take notes. So for Goat Life, we took a total of 24 points. So in this video, we are going to discuss these 24 points, and of course an impromptu, if anything brings up or something we got reminded, we'll discuss. So this is going to be an unfiltered, unscripted, long detailed discussion. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, so the first thing, let's start. Rashmi,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
have anything to add before we begin?
No, 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 no. Let's start.
Trust me, the very opening shot of the film Aadujeevitham, the opening shot where he's drinking water. First, they show the stars in the sky, and the reflection is shown in the water.
The
And
first shot.
yeah, and Prithviraj's character, he's drinking the water, and there is the eyes of the goats. So this was the opening shot, and in that shot
Oh,
itself,
cinematography
was so yes. So basically, it's a true story. It's a true story. I think set many years ago. It's not a recent modern story. So a man from Kerala who is a laborer, he goes to Saudi Arabia, right, with his friend to find job, and there he gets stuck in a desert where he's turned into a slave. He's turned into a slave, and he lives his life as a shepherd. And then how he escapes is the story. It's a brilliantly done, gripping tale of hardship, of struggles, of physical and emotional transformation, which we'll discuss in the later part. Yeah, so from the very first scene, we see the film in the POV of Najib and his friend Hakim, who just landed, and they are kind of kidnapped by their, I think it's called Caliph, and they're taken into a deserted area, and both are separated. So the first thing that emotionally stuck with me is that when he lands there, when he's stuck in the desert, the appreciation of food, at the end of the day, he's given a very hard roti type, like it's patthar jaisa hard, like it's very hard. So that is reminded, like how when we were watching the film in PVR, like how privileged we are, both me and Rashmi.
Yeah, yeah. And on that note, like I remember one thing. While we were like exiting the theater, we saw a full popcorn, and PBR popcorn are
Very
very
expensive.
expensive.
We never ever tried yet.
Tried yet.
We are not
Yeah,
that
we
rich.
are not that rich.
Yeah, we are not rich itself, but that's
Yeah.
another story.
How can someone watching this movie can throw a full box of popcorn?
Yeah.
I just can't believe that.
The popcorn is expensive than the movie tickets actually.
Yeah.
The movie tickets were 180 rupees. And the popcorn bucket, that big bucket, I'll show the screenshot
Yeah,
here. Rashmi took a photo. It's, I think,
forgot about
600.
the price and everything, but you watched a transformation and you watched the movie where you see the value of food, the
Yeah.
even the bath and everything, the
Yeah.
water, each and everything, and you go without eating a full box of popcorn over there.
Yeah.
Like it's like heartbreaking scene
Yeah,
after the
so
movie.
while before exiting the theater, we were expecting, just like with Manjumal Boys and just like with other movies also, biographies, real stories, right? At the end credits, at the end of the film, they show the real photo or videos
Yeah.
of whoever the movie is based on. But in that movie, Najib's photo or like any real photo was not there. And we stayed till the end credits rolled, but we could not find any.
Maybe it was not available as it was a long back.
But even then, photo to available hoga. Like I don't know. Maybe
I
it's a
don't know.
conscious decision to hide his identity. Maybe that can also be the case too.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. That was weird. Like we were waiting to see his real photo.
Maybe they don't want to disclose his trauma. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was very traumatic
Totally
experience.
understandable.
Yeah.
Totally understandable.
And on that note, like I want to even point out that in a scene where he want to drink water, or like, oh no, he goes to poop.
Potty.
Yeah, potty.
Hmm.
Then he usually we are Indian, so we take water.
Bucket of water.
Yeah,
It was during his day 2 or something.
yeah, day two. So
Hmm.
suddenly the
Khalif.
Khalif, the owner of the
Slave.
slave, he sees him, like he caught him actually. He
Yeah.
caught him doing like taking water, and he started beating him, na?
It's
If
like
you
what?
remember,
Yeah, yeah. Water is very
yeah,
expensive there.
water is very expensive.
Hmm.
So in that time, now we were like very thirsty and all, but we also felt guilty.
Yeah, like I'm sure a lot of you guys will see kya overreacting kar raha hai. But actually, like when we were watching the film, we were so engrossed in the movie.
Yeah,
We were feeling thirsty, but even then, we actually did not drink water. It may sound weird or melodramatic, but this is something that Rashmi and
yeah,
both of us, while coming back in the auto, we are discussing. Because we're so much engrossed. Because the character in the second part of the movie, when he tries to escape from the desert, they can't drink water for very long time, and we are so engrossed in it, like it felt guilty.
yeah,
And then we
guilty of
go
our
out and see that
privileges. Yeah.
popcorn box, like
And surely, if someone will watch that movie, they will start appreciating what we have actually.
it
What?
like you should, like anyone watching this
Yeah.
film, you should acknowledge your privileges, rather than your shortcomings or whatever you don't have in life. Because
I think we are diverging. I think
yeah,
go into.
we are diverging. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's why it's unfiltered and unscripted. If you don't like any part of it, please comment down below. We're open to feedback. This is just a new channel. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers. We want to improve. So please let us know your honest feedback. Sorry, we are just too engrossed in it. We keep discussing about, yeah. So yes, so that scene, the roti that he eats very hard, I was like very appreciative of the food that we have. Like very, very appreciative of food. Yeah, so then at that, another thing that we really liked, in the upcoming scene, there is a scene where the water is dropping, like in the
Oh
sand.
yeah, I
The
remember.
water dropping in the sand, and then it transitions to a river in Kerala where Prithviraj's character is, doing his work. So that transition scene was, anyone who has watched it will know what I'm talking about. It's like very remarkably,
I
like
think
very well done.
there only that song comes in, na?
Omane song.
Omane Omane
Yeah, yeah,
song.
Omane song.
So, guys, I don't. If you have watched it, then please
Share with us.
share with us
Uh,
that that song was unnecessary. Like not
uh,
necessary, but I couldn't connect with that song.
yeah. Yeah, we were discussing now that it was unnecessary, but I think they wanted to show the backstory of the husband and wife dynamics and also the relationship with his mother. But yes, some of the scenes in the boat and everything, that was totally, totally unnecessary. Like we were much more interested to know about his life, like Najib's character and what he's going
Oh,
through.
no, on that note, I think I wanted to know about his family too. Like there we will connect. Like his like affection toward his mother and wife. But the wife scenes are like limited. Only that
Yeah, we could
song,
not connect
yeah,
emotionally.
connect emotionally.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
uh, but oh the
But there also I disagreed with you in the theater also. Do you remember? Because I said the movie is about Najib's character only, like his transformation of going in the desert and coming out of the desert, and these other things are
I
secondary.
think I will disagree here
Yeah.
because, for example, if just saying, if someone will make biopic of my life,
Just saying.
just saying, please don't dislike this
Video.
video.
Yeah.
So, I think my parents like characters will matter, like my friend's character will matter, right?
No, no, this does not apply here. Let's say if a biopic is made on any remarkable person,
Hmm.
so there for him or her, the his childhood or his adulthood, his professional life, whatever, everything will be relevant. But in his case, the only high point of his life was his journey from Kerala to Saudi Arabia. That was the main story of his life. How he got stuck in the desert and then how he came back to Kerala. That was the highlighting part. Rest are secondary, so it did not matter that much. So I think that's the reason. Otherwise, the screenplay would have been too long because the movie was already 3 hours long, right? It was
Yeah,
already close to
I
3 hours.
agree. I agree,
Hmm.
but I slightly disagree on that affection and
Let's agree to disagree. Let's
uh,
ask
uh,
the audience. You guys let us know that song, or like what do you think about? Like, do you agree with Anirban, with me, or with Rashmi?
like I felt like I wanted to see more of his emotional journey because while you transform physically, I think it's take a
Toll
deep toll on your
mental.
mental health
Yeah.
because even the smallest thing
No,
slightly.
but mental transition also they showed. They showed. that how he was going crazy,
Yeah,
how he lost
yeah,
the sense of
the,
time, how when
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah. Sense of time also it was
yeah
shown
we
beautifully.
we
Yeah.
yeah we how he lost the sense of time, we wrote it down.
Hmm.
And how, in that scene where he suddenly sees
She's
himself
his
in the mirror,
beard and
because he
all.
hasn't seen himself in a mirror for a very very long time, and suddenly one day when water tanker or something comes, then he sees and he's like, oh my god, who have I become? Like, I cannot recognize myself. So that's a mental transition also, apart from just the
Yeah.
physical beard and hair.
Yeah, yeah. And after a while, he was relating with the goats, relating with the
uh
camels.
So that is where, that's a good point. So that is where we realized what is the significance of the subtitle, which is the goat life. Because in the movie, he goes there as a person looking for job in Saudi Arabia,
Hmm.
but when he was slaved, like when he was enslaved in the desert,
Hmm.
his transition from man to goat literally happens. He becomes a goat. There is a
Yeah.
scene in the interval scene, if you have watched it, you will see where he starts when he does not get enough water to drink. He goes to the area where other sheeps are kept, and he starts drinking from the same water that sheep and camel are eating.
Hmm.
And the transition of where he looks up, his eyes are like, if you look at his face, you will not be able to say that it's a human. He started looking like a sheep.
Yeah,
So that's how he transformed into a goat or a
I don't
sheep.
know how Blessy and
His team.
Prithviraj and his team
Uh-huh.
made it possible that for a moment you felt like he's goat.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
So that's what the significance of the
Yeah,
title, right? Like transforming
yeah.
into the goat life. So his life was literally like a goat. He did not have any human life, because think about it. When he pooped, he cannot use water.
Yeah.
He's using sand to, clean. He cannot shower, right? He does not have any social life. He does not know time. He only gets to eat that hard roti once a day. So what is his life? Is it a human life? It's like the life of a goat. So now, after watching this movie, I understood the significance of the
Even
goat
the
life.
goat's life was better, I guess.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
goat's life was even better.
There was a character, an old guy,
That Hindi character.
that Hindi character,
Hmm.
the Hindi speaker. That dialogue was in the trailer too, ना
अंदर आना
अंदर से
अंदर से
कोई बाहर
बाहर
ना
नहीं
जा
जा
सके and बाहर से कोई अंदर ना
अंदर से कोई
कोई
बाहर
बाहर
ना
ना
जा
जा
सके.
सके. हाँ,
That
that
character was
character.
also.
And it breaks your heart again when you see him dead in the desert. Like
Yeah.
you only see his bones.
But imagine, Rashmi, like how long he must have been stuck in that area, because that backstory we don't know. Because
Yeah,
when Najib character goes, he's already there for
for
many,
many
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 years.
years.
Who knows? Because he said, I don't remember the
But
time.
I don't remember. He don't even remember his name.
Yeah, he does not remember his name also. Correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct. So
So
how Najib's character, like how Najib kept his sanity intact, like I don't know, like
mm,
it's so gruesome. It's so gruesome. I wouldn't wish that to my enemies also. Like it's so brutal, and you feel it. In the second part of the movie, you start to feel it, like, or rather the first part itself, after the first 30-40 minutes.
mm.
And the character of Hakim also, it was so well done.
Oh.
But wait, we'll come back to it later. We'll discuss about Hakim character in the later part. Yeah. So now, like how Rashmi, you were telling me the other day while coming back home, when we were discussing about this film, we finished watching that film at 1 a.m. at night, and after that from JP Nagar to Electronic City, it's a long ride. So we're discussing about the movie. What we'll discuss, share with you guys. So do you remember how the scene of the chutney, that pickle that he
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
from home,
yeah.
how it reminded him of home, how it reminded him of his wife and mother? And you said something, and I want you to share.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, like we stay in Bangalore, so
We are from
from
Tripura,
Tripura,
Northeast.
Northeast. So there is a like mixture called chanachur. We call it chanachur. It's like made of
Snacks.
lentils.
Yeah.
So
I'll attach screenshot.
yeah, so I really love that, and he
I love
really
it.
love it.
Hmm.
So usually we ask our friend to send it to Bangalore, and
Parcel.
when we see that parcel and when we eat that, the taste is of our like home,
The
like
taste of
the
Tripura. It's
the
like the
taste.
taste of home,
Yeah.
and we could relate as outsiders. Like, now, of course, our situation and Najib's situation is like Zameen Asman ka
Oh,
fark.
please,
Not
yeah,
even
sorry, sorry.
1%.
Tauba, tauba.
Ha ha.
Uh,
It's too dangerous. But even then, the character where, the pickle, since he was trapped, I think, for almost 3 years. So by the end, when he goes out, the
the
3 years
flies and
flies were there. Like
the
it was ekdam, like ekdam waste. But even then, Even
The
then,
attachment
he kept eating because that reminded him of
of
home.
home.
He kept
Even
eating, even the Sadawa
even
pickle.
and there is a scene where he meets the character of Hakim again, and
Which we'll come back to
they
it later.
yeah, and they they plan to escape, and then the hope again comes up
Yeah, yeah.
with him.
I think
And
because of the Hakim character, he did not lose his insanity. He was
yeah,
almost on the verge of losing
losing,
insanity,
yeah,
especially when that Hindi wala
the
character
character
died.
died. Yeah, yeah. So when they finally try to escape, so Najib, his character was so sweet. He finds his old clothes, and even the transformation in that, it
Yeah,
shows,
that
na?
yeah,
But there is a scene when he wear all his stuff, it's loosen up and everything, and meanwhile, like a small button falls down, and when he picks that up, I think we remembered that other scene from the Omane
wedding.
song.
Yeah, during
So
their wedding.
during their wedding, there was this like sweet romantic the thing where the wife, Najib's wife, when she got scared, she like think उसको क्या बोलते हैं? She grabs his shirt and the buttons come out, and he's so sweet that he kept that button, and
Mm.
so like a
I think that was added for
symbol of,
screenplay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
still it's a symbol of
Ah,
love, right?
yeah, yeah.
So when that button falls out in that desert, he that hope scene, na, like his hope come backs again, that he will see her again.
Yeah.
So that scene I really liked.
Yeah, and that was this scene where when he was about to escape, where he tries on his old clothes, and we see his transformation, like literal transformation. And one fact about that behind the scenes trivia, for that particular scene where he shows the transformation, and but before that, let me tell you, Prithviraj, I think, lost 60 kilos, gained 90 kilos or something, or lost 60 kilos something for that role. So in that scene, we see his transition of losing weight. And in a trivia I read in IMDb where it said ki for 3 days he was fasting for that scene, and he just took one shot of vodka or something, and he could not even stand up. The crew, he was sitting in a chair, the crew like helped him to stand up and then shoot the scene where he walked towards the toilet area and puts it on. So it was a real transformation that Prithviraj has done, similar to what Christian Bale has done in Machinist. So yeah, again, kudos to
Yeah,
Prithviraj.
like the respect comes up when,
Uh,
because physical change is something that you have to do it. You have to do it. Like there is no other way, that even BFX and all are there, but I think doing it personally, it's very hard. So it's hats off to him, yeah.
yeah, and do you remember that scene where he was tying his pant? It was so loose, and he used
Yeah.
a rope as a belt. So yeah, that scene was horrifying. Like, oh
Oof.
my God, like he's literally
I
turned into
couldn't even
skeleton.
watch it properly. Like
Yeah, it
the
was.
visual was so like.
So the physical transformation was done there, and after that point, they start their final journey, which is the desert journey, like how they go out of the desert. And that part, oh my God, the cinematography. Even though it's a sad story, it's a horrifying and suffering story. Even then, the cinematography was done so really well, and also the background by Rahman. Oh
Oh,
my God,
the
it just
Perione song.
the Perioni song. Yeah, the Perioni song keeps coming back again and again. It's like a what do you call it? It's like a recurring theme, the
Yeah.
Perioni song, which means I think, oh merciful God, something God, like praying to God.
Oh,
So
on that note, you mentioned God. So in that, in one scene when he realized that he,
he's stuck there.
he's stuck there, everything around him was like worst thing is happening to him. That time he
Starts to
starts to
question God.
question God.
Does God even exist? If
Like,
God existed, would he have suffered like this? So
mm,
yeah, like it's very philosophical, also very rooted to reality, the physical transformation, mental transformation, everything you see. And so I think the movie peaked after the desert scene starts, where Hakim and him and another Ibrahim character, they start their escape. Like if you watch the movie, you'll know. And how beautifully it was shown, the
oh,
tension,
the
how,
sunset.
yeah, like how they keep walking, but they are unable to find the road. And the struggle, oh my god, like the blisters in their
Oh,
foot, and the snake scene. There is a certain scene regarding snake which was horrifying. Like I was also scared achanak se when it came down, and the
yeah, yeah.
music
And they were actually
very,
sleeping that time.
yeah, very unexpected. No, they were praying.
Oh.
Yeah, so very, or something like that. Maybe I forgot.
Hmm.
So that was very horrifying and nicely done. The use of background music and the angles showing tension basically when a group of
Yeah.
rattlesnakes.
Yeah,
Uh,
cinematography has been done really well.
yeah,
And like there is an aspect where they show the close up of the character, and suddenly when they say that where is the road, and the I think the what they call it, the
क्या
ऊपर से जो कैमरा का शॉट
ड्रोन
होता है, ड्रोन
ड्रोन
नहीं, like wide shot, and when they suddenly show the wide angle shot and you see only desert, like
sand sand
that
sand.
time you also you lose your hope that will they get there.
Yeah, but the only hope I had was that somehow they must have survived. Otherwise,
Yeah,
how would we know about the experience? So
yeah.
that's why I was relieved. Oh, at least he survived. He survived. He survived.
Think
So
about him that time, what he
yeah,
might have felt.
my God, like wouldn't have wished it on my like worst enemies also. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, the desert part, as you have mentioned, it's really horrifying, and you root for the character,
Mm.
and of course he gets saved at the end of the movie. At that part, let's not discuss. So the final thing we want to discuss is about the Hakim character,
Hakim's
the
character.
brotherhood that they shared, because
Oh.
Hakim and Najib, they came together to Saudi Arabia,
Mm.
and they got separated at the beginning of the movie itself. So now I believe one of the underrated aspect of Goat Life
Mm.
is the Hakim character.
Mm.
Oh my God, what
Oh,
performance he gave! I tried to check
so
him.
nice.
Yeah, I tried to check him on IMDb. I could not find his earlier movies or other works. If you guys know him, please comment down below his other works that we should check. The Hakim character, he was such a sweet character at the beginning when
Yeah, I
he's
just
like a little
remember.
brother.
Yeah, I just
His
remember
smile.
the scene. Like
Yeah.
he was smiling. He was so excited. They were going in that like bear bakri wala gari. Like
Yeah.
they were
Tunnel,
seated
tunnel.
behind in the tunnel. Like, he
Tunnel.
was, wow, brother, it's so
Tunnel.
beautiful. And suddenly, then after a while, in the last scene, like when you see him, like it breaks you, man. It breaks.
Yeah, and like kudos to the actor, man. Like, oh my God, it was such a great performance. The movie peaked when, spoiler alert, Hakim's character dies,
Oh.
and how that actor, how he showed the
Mm.
death of Hakim character, like how the convulsions of his
Mm.
body and how he starts eating sand, then suddenly his
Oh,
body goes like
the
this, like
flashback.
it's
I
like
can see the flashback.
yeah, me too. मुझे भी दिख रहा है.
Yeah, the
It's like a demonic possession. Like if you watch any horror film, it's the same level where
the
you feel like a demon has entered his body. It was so well
oh,
acted, brilliantly acted.
he
I
steal the show
he
actually.
actually still the show, and he had limited screen space.
Yeah.
But his death scene, the scene
Mm.
where he died, oh my God. I truly believe that was the best part of
Yeah.
Aadujeevitham. If
Yeah.
anyone, you can share your thoughts in the comment below. That is where the movie peaked. That's what I would say.
Mm.
So the Hakim character, brilliant, brilliant actor, whoever is that guy, he has great future. And the another scene that really both you and I were discussing in the auto. Do you remember? The brotherhood of these guys when they were
Yeah.
unable to find the road, how they embraced each
Embrace
other
each
and they
other.
started crying,
Huh.
but there is no tears.
Yeah.
How horrifying that scene was. It's like imagine you're crying, but there is literally no water
Water
left in your
left in your
body.
body.
Because as you guys may know, I think we have 60 to 70% water content in our body, in everyone's body. So imagine how they were like
Oh.
dying of thirst. They had no water, no food. They kept walking in desert with their foot blisters. Oof, it was horrifying. The brotherhood, they embraced each other. Like, and the acting also, like how
Yeah.
they showed crying without crying.
Yeah.
Like without like you
Uh,
because we as audience we knew कि
mm.
ro raha hai, but we
But
can't see
see the
tears.
tears.
So
Usually we see any like the emotional scene, we see the tears falling from
huh.
the eyes, but they don't have tears left in their eyes.
They don't have any water left in their body. So how the movie ends is actually very well done. You keep rooting for them ki kash like they
Uh-huh.
get to the road sooner and quicker.
Mm.
But yeah, that you guys will have to check. Do watch that. So now, do you have anything else to add?
Uh,
Or else let's do the verdict and wrap it up. I think it has been going on for very long. So, guys, how about if anyone is watching till now, comment the word mouse, like mouse, Mouse, so that I
It will
like
be very long. Just write rat.
rat, mouse, anything. You either listen to Rashmi or me, write rat, R-A-T, or mouse. Because why I'm doing this is not just for games. I just want to see whatever strong community, the loving and supportive people that we have got on Filmosophy, are they really interested in our long talks, our detailed discussion? So if you comment rat and mouse, that will show us the love and support that yes, you guys are still watching. So that really means a lot to us. So thanks a lot. So now let's discuss about the verdict, or do you have anything else
Yeah, we
to?
can go to the verdict because
Yeah.
oh, oh, one more thing. I would really love to read the book, and
Ah.
if anyone know that it has a translation in
Yeah, yeah,
English,
hoga, hoga.
ha hoga.
Hmm.
So just comment down below
Yeah,
the
I think we'll
link
be
and
able
everything.
to
Yeah,
find in Amazon.
yeah, yeah,
So the verdict, I think, like, is verdict even a necessary? Of course, you have to watch the film. It's a
yeah.
must-watch
It's a must.
theater experience. I would say watch this film with your family. Take your parents, take your loved ones, and because that sense of the struggle, the kinship, how the character struggled, it's a must-watch. Like
It will
every
be
one of your
painful
family.
watch,
Yeah.
but like,
Every one of your family should watch this. Like it's not restricted to 18 plus audience or anything. Anybody can watch it.
but
It's
I don't recommend it to kids. Like it's very heartbreaking, and they won't understand the deep.
Yeah, so finally I would say like Mr. Prithviraj and Mr. Blessy, they have picked their collaboration really did wonders. It is, I think, one of the best movies of 2024 and Malayalam cinema in general. And Prithviraj is one of the best performance for sure. Investing 16 years into the movie was totally worth it for both the director and the actor. So it's a must watch. Even if you miss it in theater, watch it in OTT, watch it with your friends, your loved ones, and please appreciate your life more, appreciate food, appreciate family, appreciate whatever you have in your life. So without being too preachy, do you
Yeah.
have anything to add?
Yes. I love Blessy and Prithvi, and I really loved the movie. But as I know how much they're capable of, so I think I really wanted more emotional touch to it. I
Emotional touch.
but I really loved the movie. Like you, I can't complain.
Hmm.
Just it's like it's a fan who wants more of the
Yeah.
character. Like it's,
In
but
that case, so no movie is
uh,
perfect. Like, you can always improve.
yeah, it's not about perfection, but it's about like wanting more. Like it's like some dish, if you really love it, you want to eat it more. So
Fair,
that's the
fair.
thing. That's the
Yeah, but
thing.
I think for me the emotional appeal was I we had this discussion while coming
Yeah,
back in
still
our doors. We
let's
disagree.
agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's fine. Like
Yeah, that's
disagreements
fine.
are fine. Let us know, guys. You guys, what do you think? Whether it lacked the emotional appeal, or did it majorly focus on just the physical transformation only? You guys can let us know. And with that, should we end the video? It's like a
Yes.
podcast series that we're doing.
So for the love of movies,
Like, share, and subscribe to Filmosophy.
philosophy.
Bye. ये क्या था?
Illuminati, Illuminati. Tera 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 suru. Skuyat, yat ni baja pas ni baja ho. Oh, many Zohara sabi. Oh, many. Raja.